Hey everybody, Shawn Holsinger here from Holsinger's Fly Shop. I got a great looking stonefly pattern for you today called the Rumble Stone. I'm going to talk more about it after the video, but here you're going to see a picture of the fly, the material list, and then the video on how to tie it. Okay, here you see the Rumble Stone in the vise. Very cool little stonefly pattern. Neat one, I like this one, so let's get into tying it. For a hook, I'm using the Holsinger's Fly Shop all-purpose Nymph hook. This one's a size 12. You can definitely tie it bigger if you want. Tie it smaller if you want too. I like the size 12. It's a nice small size and it works great. So for a bead there, I'm using a 3.3 slotted bead. Actually, instead of a round bead or a regular bead, I'm using the slotted bead here. I've been doing that a lot lately and I just like it a little bit better. Going to put my thread on. For the thread, we're going to put the hot spot on the back of this. That is using some Semperfli classic wax thread in fluorescent red. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start that on, wrap that back around the bend of the hook, and bring it back forward just a little bit. I'm going to go over it like twice. I don't want to build up a ball there, but I want to cover it so you see it and it makes a nice little hot spot back there at the back. And we can whip finish that, cut it off. Then we're going to come in with the thread we're going to use for the body on this, and that is going to be some purple 6/0 wax thread. Just going to start that on behind the bead, cut it off, and then I'm going to take my bead and I'm going to get the bead going straight up and down here, make a couple wraps right behind it to lock that slot into place so it's going straight up and down on the front of the hook there. Not sideways, but straight up and down. Now, we're going to put our tail on here. For a tail, I'm going to use some pheasant tail. Use whatever you want there. I like the pheasant tail. It's bigger for a stonefly. You could use biots if you want. But I'm going to take about 5 strands of pheasant tail here. And I want the tips of it. I'm going to tie the tips to make the tail. Lay that out over the back of the hook, get them to where I want to go, and then I'm going to tie this down right up on the back of the fly here. Make sure it's the length I want it. I want a little bit long, but not too long. I like proportionate, I don't like to have long tails. I like to have proportionate tails. Alright, then we're just going to pull those fibers off. Now we're going to put a rib on this. For a rib, I'm using some small copper ultra wire. And I'm just going to stick that up in the bead there in the slot. And then I'm going to wrap that back to the bend of the hook. Now this is a flashy fly, that's why I like this fly. And the next thing we're going to put on is what's going to make it flashy. And that is some Perdigon's body material. You could easily use Pearl Flashaboo, that would work great here. Just anything flashy, any flashy kind of tinsel. We're just going to start that on top. I've been tying a lot of gasolinas lately to fill the box. We're going to tie that right back to the bend there where we tied the tail in. And I'm going to come back forward. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to try to build up here, but just level out. So I'm just going to look at this as I tie, make sure I got it nice and level. Going up there, I don't want to make it real thick. I just want to make it nice and level, as you see there. So come up, get right behind that eye again, bead again, and wrap this forward. Keeping my body thin here. I like thin flies. So just wrap this forward. You're going to get that nice purplish, real dark look that I like. And trim that off. Now we're going to create our rib with our copper wire. Make nice side-by-side wraps up through here. And tie that off. And then we create the thorax on this fly. For that, I'm going to use some SLF Prism, whoops, in black. And I'm going to use very little of it. So just take a tiny little pinch of it. And that's actually too much. I want about half of what I showed you there. So I'm going to take just a wee little bit, as you see there. Push it up closer. You see, I've got very, very little on there. And I'm trying to make it very tight. And I just want to start that on there. And make a wrap. Like, give the same amount of room between that and my bead, as you see there. That's going to help me splay my legs out. I'm going back to my pheasant tail for legs, and I want to get about 5 more fibers. Keep them, pull them off, keep the tips straight, keep the tips all bunched together at the end, and I'm going to put 5 down each side. So I'm just going to set it right on the side, pinch it down with my finger, make a couple of wraps, get it where it comes back to that ball, and that ball will splay it out the side, right like that. And then I'm going to come in with the other side. If you need to tweak it, you can twist it up or down wherever you need to pull it to get it to where you want it. Get about 5 more fibers. Put these down the other side. And I want this to go about halfway back the body. Okay, so I got these, you see here I'm a little bit low on there, so I'm just going to twist it, grab them a little bit, twist it up on the side, so there you can see it comes straight off the side of the fly where I want them, and they go out the sides just like I want them. Come in, trim this off, and then we're going to finish it up with just a touch more dubbing. You could change if you want. You could even put like a little hotspot dubbing on here. Change it to a nice little bright colored. But I'm going to stick with the black. I like black stoneflies. Wrap that off right there. You see you got your legs sticking out the side. You got a nice little stonefly pattern here. It's going to catch your fish. So whip finish, cut your thread off, and we're done. Okay guys, I hope you like that pattern as much as I do. It's a great looking stonefly and it's gonna catch you fish. Just keep it proportionate. Like I talked a little bit about in the tying video there, don't get those legs and tails too long. It's one of my pet peeves when I see flies on the internet or whatever. Proportions, it's all about proportions. Keeping things natural looking. You don't walk around with your arms hanging down to the ground. Well, flies don't have legs on them that are the whole length of the body, or tails that are twice the length of the body. It's not proportionate. So that's a big thing I stress in my videos and stuff like that. Make it look natural, keep it proportionate. Also, keep it thin. You saw me here, I kept it real thin. I kept my wraps to a minimum. The hot spot on the back I kept very small. I didn't make a big ball there. I just made it, you know, once back over itself again. Keep it thin. If you keep it thin, it's going to sink right to the bottom. It's going to cut through the water quicker because there's less resistance. So have fun tying, guys. That's the main thing. And experiment with different things. And like I said, if you don't have that hen's pertagon body, use Flashaboo Pearl or something like that. With whatever color you're putting under it, a dark color like the purple, it's going to show through the Flashaboo Pearl. So it'll work perfectly on there. Experiment, try different things, and have fun. If you want me to tie any of these for you, you can, for sure, you can reach out to me at holsingersflyshop@gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you might have or tie a custom order for you. I do a lot of custom orders. If you need any of the materials to tie this fly, you can find them at our website at holsingersflyshop.com. Thanks for watching, guys. I enjoy bringing you these videos every week. And until next week when I bring you another one, I'm Shawn Holsinger.